Hello and welcome to Agony for the Amiga, a game that was released by Psygnosis and made by Art and Magic. The background story is old wizard spends his entire life looking for cosmic power, finally discovers it and realizes he's probably too old to make use of it, so he wants to make sure that it goes to someone worthy of it. And he turns his mind to his two apprentices and he gives them a test which goes horribly wrong. So you take on the role of one of the apprentices, Alistes, or something, and your job is to navigate the 6 levels as an owl, fighting off your former apprentice friend, mentor, minions, bad guys, areas, whatever thing. And ultimately you want to reach and obtain the cosmic power. The story, I suppose, is what it is. Games like these will always need a plot, even though it's a bit thin. But as you probably noticed, I let the introduction music play for a bit longer than I normally would, and that is because I deem it to be of a very high quality and wanted to share that quality with any potential viewers. I will respect this game for what it is, but I will also talk about what it isn't. I'll just mention the introduction music. The music and sound effects in general are of a very high quality. The in-game music is extremely loud though. I have had to turn the volume of the in-game sequence down quite a bit in order to be heard through it. But even though it is nice enough music, it gets a bit old after a while. The graphical quality from a pure graphical point of view is very high. The animation quality is, especially when it comes to the owl, surprisingly good. But the colors feel lifeless. I don't know what Art and Magic were thinking when they used this color palette. It looks a bit like they used a half-bright mode, even though there's more light in the graphics than half-bright even would provide. But while what you see, especially the backgrounds, is very nice to look at, it looks a bit like it's been painted on top of a pair of jeans that's been washed far too many times. It has that graininess to it. I don't know whether that's an intentional thing or whatever it is, but by and large I found the graphics impressive, but not spectacular. As the game goes, it's a shooter. It's a different type of graphics and some spacey power-ups and cool things and that. Oh, spells of course, because yeah, it wouldn't be a wizard or princess without using spells, but it's still just a shooter. And as such, I don't think it's a particularly enjoyable one. Something that I personally find extremely frustrating about it is the fact that the power-ups you get tend to land in locations where it's very hard to reach them without hitting some background that will kill you. It may just be me, but I found it virtually impossible to see what part of the background you can fly over and which part you can't. That's a good example. That power-up flask landed next to the boat, and I would assume it was the boat that killed me. So, in all honesty, I have played this game a handful of times, or 2 handfuls of times, or whatever, because normally I want to at least beat the first level of the game to have something to show. But I didn't really want to after having tried. Maybe it's just me being useless, there's a good chance of that. I will not deny that possibility. But I just found that it was too bland to play. pretty, yeah, sounds great, yeah, sure, but you still have to play a game, and I know that there are probably people out there who love this game and think it's one of the best games they've ever played, and good on them. I will not try to take that away from them. These videos are opinion pieces, and in my opinion, this game doesn't offer anything I haven't played before this even. Obviously I've been playing quite a few games after this, but art and magic, you definitely got the art right, but you failed a bit on the magic. I will say that much. All in all, I will consider this to be Shadow of the Beast shooter version. Sounds good, looks good, but lacking a bit in the gameplay department. Don't get me wrong, what there is of a good quality. It's just me. I didn't find it worth my time to keep trying and work out what background elements I could fly over and which ones I couldn't, in order to navigate at least to the end of level 1. So that's all you get. Another example of style over substance, unfortunately. Looks good, definitely, no doubt about it. Sounds great, no doubt about it. But I'm looking hard for the gameplay. Maybe I'm just being too critical of this, but regardless, thanks for watching, take care, and see you next time. Bye bye for now.